the No Fake channel, checking in. On this episode of Dad's Home Gym, I'm doing a 1-year review of the Titan Fitness Budget Hex Bar. We're gonna go over what it is, what exercises you can do with it, how I have been using it, how often I have used it, why I think this is an amazing auxiliary bar for a home gym, why I haven't bothered to upgrade to the version 2 beefier trap bar that they have, and what the limitations are with this budget trap bar from Titan Fitness. But I want you to comment below, have you ever used a trap bar before? And hey, do you already own one for your home gym? And while you're down there, hey, give this video a like and hit that subscribe button. On this Dad's Home Gym series, I just review pieces of home gym equipment to help you decide if it is right for your home gym, if it will exceed your expectations, and if it is worth your hard-earned money. The Hex Bar, also known as a trap bar, is extremely popular in home gym environments and in local gym environments for two main reasons. Number one, first and foremost, is the versatility. There are a number of exercises you can do with this barbell. Clearly, they call it a trap bar because you can do shrugs with it, right? And work those traps. You can also do an overhead press with this, very similar to a log press or a Viking press. Also, you can do farmer's carries, probably one of the most brutal exercises on your body and your grip. And then the big claim to fame that most people utilize this bar for is for hex bar deadlifts. Now, the second reason that this is a really popular barbell, especially this budget version, is the price point. Since prices change almost daily when it comes to home gym equipment and everything else here in the United States thanks to inflation, I will put the price point right here as of the day that I am editing today's video, and I'll put a link in the description so you can see what the price is at the time that you're watching today's video. Overall, I've been using this regularly for the past year plus. I've absolutely loved this barbell, and I predominantly do hex bar deadlifts on my leg days. One of the beautiful things about this version of the barbell is that it has two different handles. And it's hard to tell the way I'm holding it, but I'll put up a video of it. It has a high handle and it has a low handle. The difference being about 2 inches. And guys, 2 inches matters because on that lower handle, you hit a lot more legs than you do back when doing the deadlift. One of the reasons I really enjoy doing deadlifts on this hex bar rather than a barbell is it dumbs down the maneuver for me. It puts your hands in a neutral position rather than being out in front on a bar. Your hands are by your sides. And believe it or not, that's a much more neutral position for your shoulders and for your body. And if you don't believe me, just stand relaxed. How are your hands positioned, right? Are they in front of you or are they on your sides? They're on your sides, and that's where your body wants to be. By getting into this hex bar to deadlift, you're putting your hands and your body in a position that it wants to be in, and it helps dumb down the movements. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, when it comes to deadlifts, my form is okay, and as soon as I start going heavier, my form becomes poor, and when I go really heavy, well, my form becomes like a dead cat, right? So it's one of those things where you want to have good form, especially on these big, heavy movements, in order to target the muscles that you're working and avoid snap city, and this hex bar does just that. Even though this mimics a deadlift, by dropping down lower 2 inches, you're taking some of the onus off of your back and you're putting it into your legs. And that's why I utilize this on leg day, because in a home gym environment, it tends to be a lot harder to hit legs and hit them hard and hit them well. At least that's what I have found, since I don't have a lot of the fancy schmancy local gym machinery to really hit some of the legs that I used to do back in the day, pre-pandemic. You know what I'm talking about. Leg press, leg extensions, leg curls, that booty blaster thing where you just kind of shift your foot out. We all loved them. They were easy. They definitely worked your legs and your hiney. But hey, in a home gym environment, you got to make do, and you can never skip leg day. After over a year of use, I'm still using this hex bar at least 1.5 workouts a week minimum. And for a bar that costs $125 to utilize it in your training, 1.5 times a week, that is exceptional value. And that's one of the reasons that this is such a beloved auxiliary bar for your home gym. Before I tell you why I haven't bothered to upgrade to the beefier Titan Fitness version 2 trap bar that they have, I want to talk about the limitations, because it's not always sunshine and rainbows. We do honest reviews here. So one of the limitations for some of you is going to be the weight capacity. 500 pounds. Now, for most of us, especially me, never gonna hit 500 pounds on this thing. I've put 4 plates on here, no issues whatsoever. However, 500 pounds, I'm never gonna see. However, some of you big boys and girls, 500 pounds is going to be something that you will exceed, and you're not going to be able to really put on 500 pounds on this shaft unless you have really thin metal plates. But if you're using bumpers, 4 plates is probably all you're going to be able to load up on each side and still have room for clips. Again, not something that's going to break the bank for most of us average individuals, most of us humans, but for you superhumans out there, please be aware of that weight limit. The other limitation is storage. I personally know that for many of us, home gym space is at a premium. And if you've got a number of auxiliary bars, you really want to make sure that they are stored correctly so that you're not stepping over them or on them during your workouts. Unfortunately, this will not be stored in a plate tree. I think most people have plate trees not only to store their weights, but also to store their barbells. This will not fit in that plate tree because of the design. Personally, I store it standing straight up against a wall, and it just stays out of the way. But you do need to be aware that if you have a plate tree, this one just isn't gonna fit in there. And the other limitation, and this is a minor one, is the fact that most people are gonna buy this for one exercise and one exercise only. I told you can do tons of exercises with this thing, and it's true, but I only deadlift with this bad boy, and it's still worth it. So if you do get this barbell, be aware that you're probably only going to do 1, maybe 2 exercises. So you do need to limit your expectations, even though you can do a ton of exercises with this. So if I love my trap bar so damn much, why haven't I bothered to upgrade to the beefier, the bigger, the better version 2 that they have on their website? I'll put a photo right here, and I'll tell you straight away, it's not because it costs more. And I'll put the cost up here. And it's not because I don't like bigger, beefier things. I do. The truth is twofold. Number one, I am never going to exceed the 500-pound limit on this thing. But that's really not the main issue. The biggest issue with their second version, their beefier version of their trap bar, is the inner space. Now, I am 6'1", 185, 190, and I can fit into this internal space no problem, okay? My butt cheeks are kind of hanging out the backside, but when I do the lifts, it never really impacts my body. Unfortunately, the bigger version is more fortified, and that internal space is actually 2 inches less. And I have seen lots of reports, and I did the measurements. If I try to get into that space, I'm really gonna be tight, and I'm really gonna be crunched up, and I'm probably gonna have to put my body in an unnatural position, very much like the old style flip phones, in order to kind of sink in and get my grip and kind of drive out of the bottom. And that's not something that I want to do. So if you are a bigger individual, whether it's wider or just taller, be aware that even though it looks beefier, it does have a smaller internal space than this budget one by about 2 inches. And as we talked about previously in today's video, 2 inches matter. I want to know from you. Comment down below, what is your favorite auxiliary bar for your home gym? Is it a trap bar? Is it a football bar? Is it a tricep bar or an easy curl bar? I'm always curious what people are rocking and rolling with in their home gym. If you came this far in the video, give the video a like, hit that red subscribe button, use the Titan Fitness affiliate link in the description. It helps me out, it helps you out, and guess what? All the proceeds go whoosh, right back into dealing with my home gym addiction, and it helps create future content for the channel. As usual, thank you so much for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back.